Hey guys, Little Gaming here, and I keep telling you how to beat casinos, but what about when casinos rip you off? And you might think, oh, so all of them, all the time. Look, everybody knows there's a margin. Nobody walks into a casino thinking it's 50-50, okay? That wouldn't be a very good business model. Well, see, our margin is 0, but we'll make it up in volume. But there are some stories that I gotta tell you about, because this is just pure entertainment mixed with, like, some advice if this ever happens to you. This is like, you're in the situation, you don't know what to do, unless you watch this video, then you do know what to do. For legal reasons, I have to tell you that this is not legal advice, and I'm not a lawyer, and you should consult one in a lot of the cases that I'm about to say. And I'm not sure what the rules are on completely and utterly undercutting that statement by assuring you that I am very qualified to speak on this kind of stuff, so I won't say that. As for the background footage, I just found the dumbest casino game I could find on Steam and downloaded it. I'm not going to say the name, it's awful. But it's like funny awful, so I'm going to leave it up. Also, they won't let me just go to like videopoker.com or like Facebook, just like play on the Facebook game system. Because the AI and the moderators who are usually overseas in countries that don't allow gambling, they don't know if I'm on a gambling website or not, like playing for real money and it just says credits. So, can't really do that. Play with fire because they'll demonetize it and bury the video. But it's just so clunky and hilarious. I had to show it. I had to leave it in. Anyway, let's talk about the big one. There was that lady who thought she was owed like $3 million. This happened just a couple months ago. She's suing the casino because some big wheel thing. She got the spin. She got the bonus. It landed on, I think it was like a 2 or 3x bonus was the story. And then the wheel landed on like jackpot, like max jackpot. And she's like, whoa, I won like a 3x grand, which is literally not a thing that can happen. Like the actual thing that it showed was impossible. The machine said tilt and shut down, and she thought, oh, it shut down because I won big. Woo, let's go get someone. Hopefully she didn't call her boss and tell them what she thinks of them. So the tech goes, oh yeah, that's a wheel tilt. It didn't land on a valid thing. And she's like, wanna bet? Yeah, basically not knowing any better. So the tech shows up and says, yeah, that's wheel tilt. Something happened with like the bearings or something. That's usually what it is. Or the motor overheated and exploded. I mean, I've seen everything at this point. And so he pulls up the logs and says, well, what you actually won was this, so we'll just bring you a slip, or we could reboot the machine. And she's like, no, you're scamming me. Blah. So she sues him, 0 chance of winning. I don't know what kind of idiot lawyer took that one, except they might be a genius lawyer. Because the update to this is it sounds like she's going to get some money because of how the staff treated her. They were so rude, so dismissive, and pretty easy to say lack of sleep, psychological follow-up, and emotional trauma if you thought you won $3 million and then the staff comes over, acts all grouchy, like threatens to kick you out, whatever else happened. I think it was all hearsay she wasn't recording this. So, okay. She's probably getting paid for that. Now, it's a toss-up in court, so what they're probably going to do, in my opinion, is request a really low settlement and just have it be go-away money. It's a bad gamble to say, okay, we can pay you like 10, 20 grand or whatever for all your quote-unquote troubles, even though you're just being an idiot and don't know how the machine works, to be quite honest. I mean, if I'm her lawyer, Your Honor, do you expect every person who walks into a casino to know the ins and outs and exact mechanisms for every machine, what every error code means and what everything, like, how it works on the inside? Emotional trauma. She thought she had that money coming, and just the ongoing dragged out devastation of it slipping away slowly has caused her emotional trauma. And that really was made worse by your staff who, treated her so poorly. Yeah, you start hearing that before the trial. You start hearing that that's their defense and you start requesting certain evidence and discovery. You're just going to pay them 10 grand because if you lose in court, you get $1 million. You get whatever they're asking for. I don't know what they're asking for. That's a bad bet. You pay the lower one and just move on with your life. They've got the money. Now, casinos don't like getting sued, so if they settle or lose, then everybody smells blood and says, I'm going to sue them now. So they tend to not do that, but in this one case, I would say, make it go away. You screwed up, fire that staff. Like, we're at the point where their insurance could drop them, but okay, enough about that story. What should you do if it happens to you? It looks like you get a big win, the machine turns off, says error, whatever. Immediately pull out your phone. I don't care if they don't allow filming, just tell them it's an exception, this broke, I'm just, for like, just whatever, make an exception. And then if you get them on camera, obviously, telling you to stop recording, that is going to look really good in court. Because if you say it's a machine malfunction, I just want to, like it said, I got a bonus and then something happened, I just want to just see what's up, I want to keep you guys safe, I want to make sure everything's operating just fine. What you don't want to do is any kind of threatened legal action, start getting angry, threatening them, say, oh, I know what you're up to, you're all shady, blah, blah, blah. Because, one, they're all trained where if you mention legal action, boom, they're done talking to you, you're kicked out. Talk to our lawyer. Nothing they could possibly say will make that situation better or look better in court. What they need to say is nothing and then make you prove it. They'll hand over the logs, they'll do whatever discovery wants, and that's it. and you will not win the case. So what you do want is like, hey, it's malfunctioned. It said I was going to get a bonus. I want to make sure it's on the up and up, or like if it says bonus again and then crashes, I want to like get it so that you guys pay me, like whatever. That's perfectly reasonable. And if they say, oh, well, considering that, no, still turn your your recorder off. Oh, that is going to look bad in court, especially if they can't produce the logs from the machine. Oh my gosh. You just hit the jackpot if that happens. Anyway, then film it booting back up, film the tech doing their job, just be like, hope you don't mind. They should understand the reason for it. Otherwise, put it in your pocket and resume recording. But then it's not two-party consent. So look if you're in a two-party consent state. Like in my state, I can record someone without their permission. But the first thing you want to do before anything happens, before you tell any staff, is describe what you saw. It said bonus. I got 4 of the little things instead of 3. Immediately it said tilt or build or door open or crash or memory integrity, whatever. Then it showed a black screen with white text. I think some of the text said this. I don't know. It was moving really fast. It was scrolling vertically, like whatever, because you're not going to remember that. And to me, that would say, oh, BIOS boot up screen, traditional crash. It was probably memory related. It stored its last state, but you said it landed on that. Now, if that result isn't in the log and you say that happened and the machine rebooted, it's going to be your word versus theirs, and that's not good. But if they also on top of it told you to stop recording, they're probably going to owe you whatever money you think they owe you, because that looks like a modified machine. Just saying, it looks like they hacked that machine, and they do not want someone coming in externally investigating them for thinking that they hacked a machine with legitimate evidence that would point to them doing that. But hacked machines crash a lot. Now, would a large casino risk losing their gambling license and their reputation forever and immediately go bankrupt overnight to modify a couple of their machines and make a couple extra percent off people? No. They would sooner just roll out a game with an extra 1% to make the money. Like, they don't have to do that. But smaller ones or unregulated ones in other countries, ho. So then while it boots up, you want to say, well, I think it said this and then it did this. Where's like the timestamp? Oh, and oh my gosh, if you can get an exact timestamp, go, okay, in my opinion, that happened about 30 seconds ago, 20 seconds ago, and my phone says it is exactly precisely this time. That is all you need to do. And then just everything else, everything they say, what they say about the state, and then just say, hey, so I had a bonus before this crashed. Like, it literally went to the bonus and then crashed, which it's possible it could have crashed as a protection method because you didn't actually get the bonus. Something showed on screen that was invalid, so it self-destructed as a protection mechanism. Some of them do that, okay? But if it just crashed, because sometimes they do that, or the win was so big it like failed a verification, it wants to rerun it, it wants to clear the memory ahead of time because it needs to store a larger number. There's all kinds of stuff. It should resume the bonus, whatever the last state was and whatever you paid for, because before it even shows anything on screen, it stores the result in memory, in non-volatile memories it's called. I'm not going to go full, computer nerd on you, but they're designed to not like, oh, whoops, we just lost the last state. Oh, well. Oh, and get a picture or video of the label that shows the identifier of what machine it is, like machine number 064, bank 2, whatever. That'll be stuck on usually the front of the machine so that they know where to go to give you a hand pay. Now, if they say, no, there was no bonus, see, look in the logs. They pull up the logs and show you these were the last 10 actions that were taken. Say, hey, no offense, but could I take a picture of that? I'm not going to cause problems. It's just for my own sanity. I just want to know it was a glitch and then I can move on with my life. If they say no, get them on video saying no. And then maybe start shopping around for a new car while you phone up lawyers. So your balance should still be there. My gosh, if your balance isn't there, oh my God, like they are, whew. Anyway, that probably won't happen though. But they'll probably say, yeah, you can print a ticket, you can play another one, whatever you want to do. Do not do one more spin. Do not do that. Never do that. You want the last thing to happen on the machine. You want a snapshot of that. And then you want, separately, the last transaction of points on your player card because that audits the machine. And that's why you want exact timestamps. So if they say, like, you sat down, first spin, got the bonus, and your card says, yeah, he got like 5 points for that $25 spin or whatever, and then the machine says there was no $25 spin, now you have a discrepancy. Now you know they either modified the machine or they owe you $25 bare minimum, something shady's going on. They are in trouble. I don't think it would be outrageous to request the average amount of a bonus plus trebling because you could maybe prove they did it willingly if they knew the machine was malfunctional, because that's kind of like negligence. But now we're getting in the weeds. That's kind of lawyer stuff. Talk to your lawyer. But it's almost impossible to find a lawyer, by the way, that defends people. Like, when I looked up, like, lottery lawyer just to find one because I wanted to interview one for the channel about some stuff, thought that would be kind of cool. They're all the ones who do, like, casino compliance. They don't do anything with suing the casinos because that never happens pretty much because casinos so rarely make mistakes, but there are some out there. So if they show you, oh yeah, the bonus was supposed to happen, it completed, and your money actually was credited, you had a balance of $112, and now it's $280. If you hit print right now, you print the ticket, and that's what happened before it crashed. It just overheated, graphical thing, memory flipped, a cosmic ray actually came down and flipped the bits in the RAM. If the manufacturer's dumb enough to not use ECC RAM, I don't know, power surge, aging capacitors, the speaker got too loud on the bonus, shorted out the board. I've seen everything. Oh, so put your card in another terminal on another machine. If they're just like, no, this is what happened, okay, walk away, cool. Put it in another machine, check your point count, check your history, check anything you get, take pictures of all of it, take a picture of your exact, like how many points you earned today, whatever else they have for reports, and then walk out the door and play absolutely nothing else, not one single spin on one single other machine. Because then you could say, oh, it was this approximate timestamp within 5 minutes. No. You know it was the very last thing that you did. And then never use that card again at that casino until you settle this in court. Because then you can just say, I want the last 5 transactions from this, and I want the last 5 transactions from that. Oh, you deleted the logs? You got rid of the machine? $50K, please. So in case of a machine malfunction that you think is suspicious, just keep it cool, don't get accusatory, don't get mad, gather as much evidence as possible, immediately say what you think you saw, describe what's going on right now or catch it on video, then call the staff, record what they're saying, if you can, if it's legal, and if you ask them, like two-party, you could just say, you mind if I record this, no offense, somebody told me to. I ain't scamming you, I'm here all the time, I know how to play, and I think it was machine malfunction, I just want, you to tell me that. Whatever you gotta do, feel it out. Then get their determination, take a snapshot on your phone of the logs. There's nothing private in there, really, it's just transaction logs. It's not gonna give you, their encryption keys or their payout percentages, unless they bring that up on accident. I don't know why they would, but they can usually on most of them back it up, like play in reverse. They can show you exactly what would have happened. It will move the slots back, show you the different states. It's really cool. And you can't really fake that. You should take the machine's opinion, but still get a snapshot of it, and then immediately do not use your card, but put it in without playing on another machine. Check your point count, check history, check anything that might be valid for information, and then don't use it, don't play it, don't get any more points, don't get any more transactions on it, walk out the door and call someone. That is what you should do if you think you've been cheated out of a bonus or cheated out really anyway in a casino. Now, this video does kind of have a part 2 because while researching this, I found some hilarious stories about people not getting paid, and wait until you hear the reasons, because it's entirely the people's fault, which is why it doesn't fit in this video. But subscribe if you want to hear that. Otherwise, I got some silly gameplay, we got some AP play, we got some instructional stuff on how to beat casinos, and we got just general advice for how to get an edge on casinos one way or another. Like the video I recently did, if you didn't see it, was how to check the serial numbers on your bills for ones that are worth hundreds to thousands of dollars to collectors. I actually just put one up on eBay today. Found another one. It's a 6-digit repeater, and in this condition, you can smell the ink on it. Okay, this came out of the ATM, no bending, immediately speed walked out to my car, put it in the top loader, yeehaw. I'm getting about 2 bills for that. I put it at $200, there's already a bid on it. Oh yeah. That's a $5 bill that I just made $195 minimum profit on, and I think it's going to go higher. Because of it's a star note too. I'm not going to get into it. Go watch the video. It's cool. But yeah, playing a free little lottery scratch off with the money that comes out of the casino. Who knew that was a thing? Me. Because I know every single way to beat a casino possible. And I'm going to share it all with you. So you're on the right channel. You're going to want to subscribe. And I'll see you next video. Which, okay, if you stayed this long, pay your child support, or Ohio's taking your winnings. And it gets worse from there. And don't play this stupid game from the background. It is just awful.